fish. There's a fish. There we go. Get the morning started. It's Dalton, everybody. Good morning. Out here throwing a little jig and worm right now. Caught a nice one here. Nice spotted bass. Pretty healthy looking spot. Get down there and get him. Come here, buddy. There we go. Kind of long, healthy looking. Got a good bite. I was just kind of dragging this worm around, and then I jumped it. As soon as I jumped this worm, I mean, wham, he took it. Real cold out here earlier this morning. I looked on the 805 webcam, and it was 26 degrees. And I said, well, that's not going to be the place for me. This morning, I decided to come out here and start fishing about 9:30. Sun's up. It's actually warming up real good. I'm actually sweating right now, which is not normal for this time of the morning. A lot of boats are out here. They're getting ready for, I think, a couple tournaments tomorrow. So I'm going to just try to pick off a few fish today. There he is. There's a nice one. Nice spot on the leg. Right by these rocks. Had a couple of bites that I missed through this jig. Little 3/8 ounce jig. I'll tell you about this jig in a bit. I forgot I even had it. Look at that. That is a beautiful, maybe 2 pound. Feels like a couple of pounds. Beautiful spotted bass. Oh, it's been a little slow for me so far. I started picking up a couple of bites over here. Maybe I need to get back to the rocks. There he is right there. That one chased it up. Not getting many bites over here, but I'm just picking one off here and there. There's a largemouth right there. Is that a largemouth? Yep, that's a largie right there. Took that little jig as I was reeling it up. Not too far from that dock up there. I was just kind of scanning along, looking at my 2D. Noticed, oh man, he's small. Noticed there was some bait over here. Just missed one about a minute ago or so. Just scooting this jig and worm along the bottom. Pretty slow, hopping it every once in a while. And see if I can get another one. It's spotted bass, eh? They don't always have to be big to give you a good fight. He's not bad. He's a fat boy. That's not a spotted bass, that's a largemouth. I was thinking the way that fish came up and jumped, might have been a largemouth. And a largemouth's been biting out here good too. I love that bite. Tap, tap. They're taking this worm really good. It's a 4-inch worm with a very short hook, so they are taking it really good. Come on over here, buddy. Nice fat spotted bass right here. Come on over. There you go. Come on, come on. Yeah, I know. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. I've always loved the way these spotted bass look. They just have they're such a mean looking fish. You know, they got one of those attitudes going. I love a fish with an attitude. Man, they're beautiful. That one there's a good 1.5 pounds. Fat and chunky. Boy, they love this worm. I've had so much fun with this worm. Out of San Antonio, I used it as well. Only difference was I put it on a weedless head. This one here, I keep it on an exposed hook and a 3/16. Man, they love this thing. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. The one thing I can tell you is today was a whole lot better day than a couple days ago. I got out here a couple days ago and I didn't do good at all. I just, for whatever reason, I just could not get into it. My mind just wouldn't do it. And finally I just said, okay, instead of just beating myself up, I said, let's take it in, come back out. So I came out today. There was actually a lot of boats out here today. There's a couple of tournaments coming up tomorrow. So they were out here pre-fishing. Got to talk to some of the guys. That's always fun. And today, though, was a lot better day. I caught more fish and just figured out absolutely nothing. And here's what I mean by that. Winter fishing to me, it can be pretty tough. And what makes winter fishing tough for me, because I am a pattern fisherman, is I have a hard time getting a pattern to stick. So let's say I come out here one day, I'm fishing steep banks and wrecking them. I come out a day or two later and then I get wrecked on those steep banks. So it's hard to get a pattern. Now let me tell you the pattern today. There was no pattern today. They were just kind of all over the place. I did good on steep banks, about 45-degree angle, one steep bank at 45-degree. I figured, okay, I've got a pattern going. Nope, it was just that one. I did okay on the vertical walls on a jig, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go fish some more vertical walls with a jig. It didn't turn out so well. Then I got around this dock area, and there was a whole bunch of them stacked in there and got a whole bunch of bites. So again, I don't always know what's gonna happen out here, especially in January. There's been a lot of cold mornings out here. It's, when I'm looking online, it's getting 26, 27 degrees. By the time I get out here, it's usually pretty nice. And I like today's really nice. It's a beautiful day today. All right, 2 things I caught them on today. I love throwing the jig and worm. I use a lot of Z-Man products in the winter, and I'll tell you why, because I don't have to worry about them melting. I can keep them on my deck. The sun's not gonna bother them because it's not hot, but in the summertime, I gotta cover them up or they wind up melting into other baits or just melting in general. But I love to use them in the winter because of the buoyancy. So this here is a 4-inch big TRD. That's called the Deal. Kind of looks like a bait fish, sort of. That's the little football head jig I've talked about. 3/16 ounce, 8-pound test, medium action rod. I work this like 3 or 4 ways. What I would do is I'd either drag it, I would hop it, I would nudge it along like a shaky head, or I would do a combination of the 3 every cast. So sometimes I would just hop it right off the bat, drag it, twitch it a little bit, hop it again, and I just kept it moving, but I still kept it slow. And I got some good bites on that today. Now the other thing that was really fun is I have a brand new rod. Caught some fish with it today. I'm gonna tell you what this rod is. Now, Tackle Warehouse, I don't know if they still have it. They had a sale on this rod. It is a, what is this rod? What the heck is this rod? I can't remember the name of it. An Invoker. Oh, it's an arc rod. Arc rods. It's called an Invoker Pro. I tell you what it is. It's 7-foot action, or excuse me, it's 7-foot moderate fast action, medium heavy. It's got a nice tip. I used it today for a jig. I bought this for crankbaits, but I also use it for jigs. This jig right here is a jig that I bought at Jim's Pro Bass. I don't remember the name of it. I bought like 3 or 4 packs of them. I forgot I had them. It's a 3/8 ounce football jig, kind of a pumpkin purple color. And I took a California Crawl TRD, put it on there, 12-pound test. Jig fishing, Most of the time I'm going to throw 15-pound test on a 1/2 ounce, a 3/4 ounce. But I like to throw 12-pound test when I get down to a 3/8 ounce or even a 1/4 ounce. I like that 12-pound test better. Now, it's not always safe, but I do like it better. I get a better feel, better bottom contact, and did pretty well with that today. So yeah, it wound up being a good day of fishing. It's wintertime fishing, so for me, it's up and down. I never really know, but I did enjoy myself. My wife, she's been getting on to me, and I just need to share with you. I just need to talk. She bought me some new shirts, okay? Now look, I love my shirts. These shirts that I wear out here, 2 of them, okay? I got holes in them from hooks. These shirts have character, but my wife doesn't think so. So eventually I'm going to have to wear those new shirts. I can't convince her that I am a fashionable guy and that my personal fashion is that of an unmade bed. It's just comfortable. So it looks like eventually you guys are going to see me in some newer shirts. I don't think I'm going to have a choice. I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next time.